Hey guys, so this is Jason with Blessed Beyond. I've been encouraged to kind of start a video blog about what we've been doing in the community, and kind of, I guess in this first video I'd share a little bit about what's going on in my life and what's led us to starting this company, Blessed Beyond, and stuff of that nature. So, you know, I'm 38 years old. For the last 20 plus years, I've been an alcoholic and an addict, and now in recovery, thank God. You know, leading up to this point, I don't know, I guess what you'd say, I'd hit my bottom. You know, I got on drugs real bad, and you know, I've always drank, but in and out with the drugs and back and forth. I don't know, it got to the point where I'd gotten a restraining order, couldn't see my kids, things of that nature. You know, out of work, just in a real bad spot. I guess I should have thought about maybe what I was going to say on this video before I did it. Anyway, so you know, after I'd had the restraining order with my children, you know, I had been told that if I go see a counselor that I could, you know, and if everything checked out, if it turns out I really wasn't crazy, then I could be able to see my kids again, which I knew all along I wasn't crazy. I mean, I was probably acting a little crazy, but apparently you can do that when you go for a week at a time without sleeping and using drugs and drinking all the time. Anyway, so I went to see this counselor. You know, I thought I had it all figured out at the time. I was down to like a half a case a day, and at this point I had started making sure I slept every day. You know, I'd sleep at least 2 to 3 hours a day. Anyways, so this counselor just said, well, maybe if the drinking and the drugging is causing all this turmoil in your relationships, then maybe you should think about quitting it, you know. And I said, man, maybe I should think about getting a new counselor. That's not what this is about. This is just see if I'm crazy or not, you know. I don't think I'm crazy. Anyway, so that's been, I think, 107 days ago, and if I could tell one person out there right now, if I could describe 10% of how I feel and the good stuff going on in my life, I mean, the things I've been blessed with, I mean, I think everybody out there would put it down and never touch it again. Not to say it's not okay to, I don't judge, I don't care what you guys do. You know, I think people who can use and drink or whatever, you know, if you can do it recreationally, then, and you think that's what you need to do, go for it, man. I wasn't one of those people, but it just feels really good, you know. And I find myself, you know, the first week was pretty brutal. After that first week, I just was like, man, this feels good. You know, I wonder if all these sober people out here feel like this. It's just pretty wild. You know, and I started picking up a little momentum there, and then, you know, for the next week or two, it was just kind of a mental thing. I was still jonesing for the alcohol and stuff, but, you know, I was at a point where I was like, you know, as I started picking up steam, I was like, man, I'm done with this, you know. I'm gonna quit whether it kills me, you know, or not. And so anyways, I hadn't been back to it. It feels really good, you know. I've got my kids back. I've restored, I mean, in a matter of less than 4 months, I've restored relationships with my ex-wives. I mean, as far as being able to see the kids, being friends, everybody's getting along. You know, back to work. You know, I had gotten a job as a sales manager up in Branson for a resort company. You know, then started this business. I mean, it just boom, boom, boom. I mean, it happened so fast. But I would just encourage anybody out there, you know, my biggest thing was just thinking about, like, when the dude said maybe you should quit drinking, I mean, I was like, what? And at the time, I literally could not even think, I couldn't even understand or fathom what it might be like, or why you'd even want to go your whole life without drinking. The drugs, I guess I could have imagined that, but you know, I would just encourage anybody that's in a mess, man. If your life's twisted up, been out of shape, you left wreckage everywhere, if you did anything like what I did, you know, first of all, you got to find out why you're going to do it, because it's going to have to be something bigger than you. It's going to have to be bigger than your reality, you know, because we obviously ain't going to do it for ourselves, or we would have did it a long time ago. But, you know, for me, that why was my kids, you know, and I thank God that I didn't get to the point where some people do, you know, where they just lose it all, and, you know, and either end up killing themselves or hurting somebody, you know. But I found this why, you know, and I just focused on that why, and man, I dialed in on it. I started setting some goals. I don't know, I started reading books, like, what do these successful people do? What is it, you know? I guess, you know, from my learning, you know, I guess the biggest thing that successful people do is they have some self-control, some self-discipline, and they're able to delay instant gratification. You know, that's the biggest thing with this, the drinking and drugs, man, is this instant gratification. You know, it may not feel that good, you know, for the first week when you quit, the first month, the first 2 months, first 6 months, whatever, man. I will tell you this. Whenever you get your head clear and you can get a positive attitude, you get yourself dialed in, man, first of all, I would just say, you know, you can do anything you want. Literally anything you want. You can do, be, or have anything that you want in this world. The key is you just got to understand that. You got to set some goals. You got to take some action. You just got to believe it, man. And it's like, the things that's happened in my life, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy stuff that I would have never even imagined, you know, back whenever I was at my bottom. I don't know. I'm gonna work on this blog thing. For whatever reason, I feel like, you know, I've been called to it. Maybe there's just one person out there who'll hear what I had to say, and maybe it'll help them. If it does, it'll be worth me spending my time, you know. If you guys like anything you hear, you know, if you feel like it's something that might encourage somebody, you know, I want you guys to go ahead and share it, you know, and make sure you like our page. And I'll try to get one of these videos out at least once a week or something like that. Anyways, later.